Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got Wife here, and we're going to do another movie review out on our porch in the beautiful-ass sunlight and whatnot.
It's so nice out here, guys.
What movie are we reviewing today?
Onward!
Ooh, the new Disney movie, yeah.
Yep.
I was going to say it has trolls in it, but they're elves, and
first
half of the movie we thought they were trolls?
We definitely thought they were trolls, did not know.
Yeah.
Did not know.
It doesn't actually matter.
Until the mom said something about them being elves, we were like...
They're like elven magic or something.
Yeah, they said elven magic, and we were like,
duh.
oh!
Dark elves, maybe. I'll accept dark elves.
I don't really know what, like...
the choice was on that.
You know what the choice
it's
was
super
on that?
not important. If you have Disney Plus, you can watch this. It's available on Disney Plus, which is where we watched it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so real quick spoiler-free review if you haven't seen it yet, because you're one of them dumb people that clicks on buttons and stuff. Yeah, thumbs
it's real
up.
Cute. Thumbs up.
I really like it.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was definitely something that works for adults and for kids. I'm assuming we don't have kids, so we can't really tell you for sure. The dogs seem to enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely got jokes of all ages.
Yep.
You know, I think that in general it does a really good job of...
It's very Pixar.
It's very Disney. You know, it's got your adventure, and it's got your jokes, and it's got your
feels.
Your feels heart
it's
bits.
got,
It hits all the things in order, and it plays the song, and I mean, it's
there
really,
is not really any
good.
singing in this, though.
There's some music, though.
There's some music, but there's not like
good.
songs. You know,
nobody's like singing and dancing.
Yeah,
and
there's
shit.
none of
like,
that.
There's none of that like the princess. But that's the princessy stuff is where they're singing.
Yeah, I guess.
Right? Like Bambi's a Disney movie. Ain't nobody singing in Bambi? Maybe. That's a bad example. I don't know anything about Bambi other than that
I'm pretty sure there's
Disney
songs
movie.
in Bambi.
Yeah, I mean, but like, are the characters singing them?
I think so. They speak
I probably haven't seen Bambi in
I have not
like
seen
20
Bambi
years,
in
so I don't know.
really long time. I'm pretty sure there's also songs in Bambi.
All right, well.
Also, Jungle Book is not a princessy movie. Songs in that.
It is, though. It is a princess movie. Because I think, this is totally off subject, but I think that it's because, isn't Jungle Book Jungle Book takes place after Frozen's parents get crash landed or something?
The Little Mermaid.
No. No, the Little Mermaid. No, the Little Mermaid is their boat, but the couple makes it to an island.
Oh,
and that island is where Jungle Book or one of the other movies.
Tarzan.
No, I don't think it's Tarzan.
I don't think Jungle Book is part of that.
I don't think it's Tarzan.
Thing. Well, if you know, please tell us.
You let us
because
know.
we don't know.
Also, maybe Jungle Book isn't a Disney movie.
It is definitely a Disney movie.
And we're thinking of Tarzan. Maybe Jungle Book
They're both... Wait, is Tarzan also a Disney movie? I think Tarzan's... Clearly, I am not... Clearly, I am not a Disney movie aficionado.
Correct my Disney.
I merely watch them for fun. Either way, Onward was super adorable.
And you should definitely check it out.
You've got two brothers, and they're off on an adventure, and they were just delightful.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved the older brother's character. It was fantastic. His van and his D&D and all this stuff. I really connected with that older brother.
Yeah, he was easily the best character in the movie.
Yeah.
Really, everybody super crushed it. So we're gonna go into like spoilery reviews so we can talk about this more specifically.
Spoilers.
Spoiler time. And then I'm gonna flash you one. I'm so fan. Okay. It's spoiler time. We're doing spoilers. Fucking cameras, man. Ugh, Jesus. Okay. Spoiler time. So, the mom's new husband is
first
fucking
of all,
hilarious.
The ringtone that they used for the new husband had me in stitches every
The whole time.
Every single time. It was surprising
so good.
and hilarious. And then at the very end, when he takes off his hat and gallops with the Fabio hair, we were just like, oh my god.
So funny.
Also, every time the mom and her new husband kissed or whatever, or like, you know, they made apparent that they're a couple, John and I were just like, that's dirty, yo.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have to say it out loud, but you know the implication that we're asking here because of the necessary horsiness of his second half. So, yeah, whatever. I don't know. It was one of those things that as an adult, I'm just like, oh, we're just not going to address this, I guess, in this Disney movie? Of course we're not, but still.
We were dying.
The main character, the kid. So I'm going to work through characters. This isn't in any particular order. The main character, the kid, was...
well, in the beginning, and for most of the movie, you couldn't stand him because you have
he was the absolute worst. I hate a character that's weakness is that he's weak. Right? It's like nobody loves me, and I don't have any friends, and I can't do anything, and I'm just like, oh, I don't care, man. Like, you know why you don't have any friends? 'Cause when you were talking to those four, the people outside the sports guy with the legs, you know, where he had some sort of a broken leg issue.
Super inclusive.
Oh, it was super inclusive,
too,
yeah. But
which
so
was really cool.
It had like the leg guy and then like some like a couple of chicks and a couple of dudes, and he wanted to invite them to the party. They were not being mean. They weren't jocks or bullies. They were genuinely like,
normal
this sounds
people.
like, yeah, man. Like, I would love to go to your birthday. Like, what's up?
And then he's like
his panic
ridiculous.
forces him out, and I'm like, dude, like you like. I get that the point is that he represents fear in its entirety, and that his brother represents an entire lack of fear. I get the thing that they're trying to do, but it's just that when you write that kind of character like that, they have nothing. Like you should value the character for something, and they're not giving you nothing to value the character for. Right?
Yeah.
Other than that, there's nothing to value the character for. And that's that thing where it's just like him asking them a question, like asking them to go to his birthday party, and then he himself backing out without them being rude or unkind or anything is that exact same like self-fulfilling prophecy where it's just like, well,
he's the male Mary Sue from like every anime where he's like super awkward and very introverted and nervous and
doesn't
scared,
think he's powerful.
but doesn't think he's powerful, but secretly he has all the power.
It's
you know
so
what?
annoying.
The movie does it well, but it's a trope of character that he absolutely
I fucking
hates.
loathe those characters that have no control over their own
that
lives.
I expect to see, but I don't particularly enjoy it.
Infuriating.
They find the staff and they start to bring back the dad, and the dad is just legs, which provides a huge amount of hilarity throughout the entire movie. But the whole movie, like, it felt like the younger brother was upset at the older brother for being older and having time with his dad, and this especially bothered me because I lost my dad too early. But I wasn't a tiny child. I was an adult when my dad passed away. My brother is a few years younger than me, and talking about memories of my dad with my brother, some things are weird like that because I'll remember something very, very clearly, but he's about 4 years younger than I am, and then he just won't remember it at all, or he only remembers parts of it, or it's kind of fuzzy. So that's weird for me, knowing that like I have different memories than he does, but in no way could I imagine being upset at my brother about having different memories or remembering different things about my dad. And that part actually really bothered me throughout the entire movie. And partially because the kids were so young when the father did pass away, but that's just messed up, man. Like, the brother still obviously has had missed feelings for his dad and misses his dad too. And to be upset at him or even at the mom for that, I get it. It's an anger response. It's part of that thing. But that bothers me. So I wasn't bothered by his general character trait, but I was bothered by the way that he was so upset at his brother with his dad.
One could argue that theoretically the point of the movie was for him to have issues with his older brother
and then realize that his older brother was
the dad the whole time.
But
really, he was just being a dick to his older brother. Again, at literally at no point in time in this book did this kid actually have to deal with any really true adversity.
Yeah.
Right? It was either other people bringing adversity into his shit or his shit being misinterpreted, which, use your words, and then he would have gotten out of it. But it's like all of his like lack of friends coming to his birthday was his fault. All of his loathing towards his brother, because his brother got to spend, really, let's be honest, like what looked like maybe dead max 3 years,
maybe,
or 4 years with his dad, and he didn't get to spend any time. Like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. But at the same time, like, dude, you can't hold your brother accountable for your dad passing away. Like the whole thing was done as an overarching plot point. His character was just like kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not, and like, I get that he grew, and by the end of the movie you were rooting for him, and I mean, you know, we both were, but it's that thing where it's like, they sold it too hard, or they wrote it, you know, maybe they wrote it by, maybe they like group wrote his character, so like a lot of people are trying to express some sort of an emotion at the same time, and so it just kind of piled onto him, or something, you know, but it just... Overall, and especially for a Disney movie, he's just one of those main characters that I had no care for until the very end.
Yeah. What did you think about the brother?
That being said, right, the older brother was, from fucking stem to stern, a goddamn perfect character. Jesus Christ, he was the animated elf form of fucking Jack Black. I don't even know. The guy was fucking
kind of
perfect.
The animated elf form of you.
he's I'll take that as a fucking compliment. No, because he's fun, and he's caring, and his character flaws, his lack of fear, and his absurd overconfidence. Yeah, okay, when I say it out loud, it does sound a lot like me.
Yeah.
It's not
are
important.
You hearing
am I hearing the crazy that's coming out of my own fucking head? No, but his character flaws, his you know, overconfidence and his overabundance of drive and his overabundance of passion with regard to how he's handling these things and all that kind of stuff come off, one, significantly more human and significantly more normalized, which I think is really good. But you can tell that, like, he has his emotions and his problems, but he's coping with them in a completely different way.
Yeah.
And he tries so hard to help his brother.
Yeah.
And he's seen, and he's a huge support and backbone. The interactions between him and his mother, especially at the very beginning of the movie, are so profoundly set up that, like, him and his mom were really the team, as it were. You know, and the fact that he's, you know, he cracks jokes about, but isn't outrightly rude, upset, or attacking his mom's boyfriend shows his level of maturity. And you know, I think in general, he was portrayed as really like the most level-headed, responsible, and adult character in this whole movie. Was the crazy rock and roll kid in the fucking van with a unicorn on the side of it, right? It's just he was such a good character, and I loved him.
I also saw a lot of myself in the brother. I was also like the rebellious older kid
we're
who was
also
getting in
both
trouble all the time,
as an
and
FYI,
everything.
so...
But I really loved about the brother that he was always like, "Yeah, come on, let's go," like positive about that stuff. Like even in the face of hardship, he was like that, and I really liked that about him. But also that he had this sort of like code of ethics and this like world building that he'd created around this game and all of this other stuff in him that he just like loved to live in.
Yeah,
that I super loved.
Yeah, he had morality, and he had like his morality and his faith, and I don't mean like from a religious standpoint, but like his faith or his belief or whatever in this instance in the game, and he's just stuck by it, and he accepted that it was accurate and that it was real, and when he was proven wrong, he was like, hey, listen, maybe I'm wrong. Like he did a really good job. Yes, his overconfidence got them in a lot of stuff. Yes. I mean, you know, he was a little much.
What about
Can we just talk about this fucking real quick?
I feel
Can we talk about this
right
shadow
now?
right now?
This is
Where the brown guy's in the darkness and the white lady's in the light.
It's magical.
I feel very impressed. We're changing places.
No, we're not.
We're changing places.
No, we're not.
You reflect more light.
What?
That's obvious and not racist, but you can not see me. And you can definitely see. That's worse. Then
now
it's
my
not
face
just
is in the shade.
Not just your boobs are the focus. Which the camera figured something out.
Oh, it did. Look at that.
Lean forwards.
Okay.
Lean forwards.
Oh, wow, I'm like all white.
Okay.
I'm not this bright, guys.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to reflect less light, dude. No, we're doing this. Change places. We're changing places. It's because I reflect less light, dude. Oh my god, I already regret this.
Yeah, you hate the sun.
Oh my god, I already regret this. Oh, look at that. Now I'm the white person. This is the
Gross.
worst.
You can't do this. You got to stop this line of thinking. What did you think of the mom? I thought the mom was really great.
Oh, she was fantastic.
She
was
definitely cared for her
sweet
kids,
mother.
and she was like a ride or die kind of mom. I super loved that.
Yeah.
And I really liked her her accidental friendship with the Manticore. I thought the Manticore was hilarious.
Yeah,
it was so good.
The Manticore did a great job. I love that scene when they first walk into the restaurant and they're like, we want to see the Manticore, and that fucking stuffed puppet thing walks out.
You know what? That reminds me. Everything about the restaurant was really good, but not just the restaurant. Everything in the world was so well built. It was all very clear that
dragons
it was
were
magical,
like dogs,
but like cats also.
But it
was all clear that it was all very like magical, but it felt very like real world to us. All those little like Easter eggs that they added in, looking at like labels on the stuff on their kitchen counter was amazing.
Oh, there's so much background stuff.
All of that stuff was so good and really made the movie for me because of all of the it's like a magical world and stuff like that.
It really grounded the fantasy aspect of the story and allowed you to use, like, when he goes to school, you're immediately like, this is a regular school, this is a high school, look at those lockers. Like, I understand. Oh, hey, that kid's in a Letterman jacket or whatever the hell they're called.
Yes, that's
right?
what they're called.
Like, you immediately know that he's a jock. So they used that like modern worldness of it to really kind of carry the logic of the story. Oh, I'm afraid of going on the freeway or whatever. I think that they did a fantastic, above average job on it.
Yeah.
I think it was arguably the best part of the movie was just the set piece. The details within that set piece. The like trash-eating unicorns, because they're basically just like... Oh my god,
that's so
funny. Like raccoons or whatever.
They're just like raccoons. I really liked the hero's journey part of it too. Everything that they added in there was very hero's journey. See, look, now you can't even see you. You're too bright.
I'm glowing with power. With the power.
Ugh, God. Doing this on my lunch was a mistake. Clearly.
What is that?
Clearly, it's too bright or it's too dark. There's no way.
Come at me, guys.
Here. We get like 3 or 4 hours of sun at our house in the middle of the woods.
But there's a lot of shadows.
But there's like a lot of really ridiculous
Yeah.
shadows because we're basically like this tiny hole inside of a massive redwood forest.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk real fast and get
absurd.
this done with because I feel like my skin's on fire. I don't like sunlight.
I really liked the hero's journey. It was fantastic, and I liked the end battle with the dragon also. That was very well done, and I thought that them seeing the dad and everything with the ending
was amazing.
Yeah.
Where the dragon has the dragon
it's
roll
got the little
screams
like
with
happy
the school bell, and
like
it's got that
school
dumb little face.
Oh,
and then that scene
man.
where he like
that's a bug.
there you go. Where he gets angry. It was just a
like a beetle of some sort.
Whatever those are called, ladybugs.
It was not a ladybug.
Okay, well, whatever. But the scene where it's got the silly dragon face, and then the eyebrow, like he gets angry, and the eyebrows like shk, and then like lock back in anger face was fucking
it was so
hilarious.
Good. I really liked all of that stuff, and overall I thought it was a really great movie.
I feel like the car, Guinevere, was a character, and I loved her. And I'm gonna be real, deep down on the inside, I have always wanted one of those sweet panel vans with like wizards and dragons and magic and shit painted on the side, whatever that is.
And I have always wanted to paint a mural on something. I keep trying to do it, and it keeps not working out.
We may do that to my big truck. I have a 72 C20 with like 12 inches of lift.
The van was definitely
the van was amazing.
Yeah.
No, overall, man, it was a really fun movie. It was really good.
Are you hiding from the sun right now? Because I feel like you're trying to hide from the sun.
No, I'm just putting my hands on my head because I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands in this video right now, guys. Because it's so bright that I can almost not see anything. So, look at this.
All right.
No.
Well, I think that's...
Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore.
All right, well, I would say that's probably the end before Jonathan catches on fire.
I'm gonna go with one full dad out of how much of a dad can you magically reanimate. I'm gonna go with a full dad.
A full dad.
Yeah.
Whole dad.
Full dad. Not a half dad.
Top plus
full
bottom,
dad.
both the feet.
Yeah. Also, okay, real quick, singular complaint. They used a Phoenix Crystal to summon the bottom half of him and failed at fully activating the spell. And then about 23 and a half hours later, they used a second Phoenix Crystal to complete the spell. That completion of the spell should have rendered the top half of him an additional 24 hours because it consumed the same amount of materia. And starts the clock then, why would it consume an entire Phoenix Crystal and then just continue the clock for 20 minutes? That part doesn't make any sense. I'm okay with it.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
I just want to point out that magic has consistencies, and so fucking have some consistencies. I was just like, oh my god, they're gonna have the top half of dead for like 24 hours, and then it's like glowy guy and sun hug, which I'm not gonna lie, like a little teary, and then the dad fades away, and I'm just like, no, that's not how that works. I understand all of the magic in this make believe universe, and they're wrong.
He was very upset. Very upset about this. Yeah.
But, no, either way, watch this movie. It was so good. I wish we would have had the opportunity to see it in theaters.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
That would have been rad. I thought it was a great movie. It had good music. It had good action set pieces. It interpreted, like, species and race in a very great, like, modern way. You know, the interaction between him and what were they, pixies?
Yes.
Between the younger brother and the pixies.
So good.
Where he's like, I'm just trying to tell them that they used to be able to fly and that they could be empowered and stuff, was very, it felt very racist, but in a good way. Right? In a way where it's like he's not coming from a bad place, and they're misinterpreting what's happening, but at the same time, you know, don't be racist about shit, dog. What are you doing?
I also really liked, now you mention it, the way that they discussed the loss of magic in their world. I thought that was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
that was so good. That really helped to make it for me too.
Yeah. Just really overall, far and away, the brother is my favorite character, and far and away, the best part of the movie is the set pieces. Is all of the background stuff. Yeah. That you're seeing, because there was so much.
All the details.
There was so much, and you probably missed a ton of it watching it the first time. We're probably going to watch it again at some point in time
probably.
soon. Now that we're trapped in our house. But either way, I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. We watched whatever that thing is that I said.
Onward.
We watched Onward. Bam. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let us know what you thought about Onward. Unless you didn't like it, then don't tell me.
Also, you'll now notice that the sun is all the way over there.
Yeah. So next video, because we watched 2 movies this weekend, less glowing Jonathan. Either way, we'll catch you next time. Yeah.